been so long since I've just been on the bike going for a ride for the sake of going for a ride. There's the Porsche, it's still running. It costs me far too much in maintenance and puzzles me every day when new things go wrong, but I enjoy it. But I've recently just put this back on the road, the old girl. It is in desperate need of a new set of fairings and a wash. But right now, all I care about is just getting out and just going for a leisurely ride. It's been a while since I've made a video, for reasons I will get into a bit later. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back. The sun is coming out. It's like 16 degrees at the moment, which is absolutely lovely riding weather. The bike definitely needs a bit of a fuel injector clean. But there we go. I'll pop this down so that we can talk a bit better. Am I going to pass all these people? No, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to be patient. No yob behaviour today from me. Oh yeah, my fuel injectors definitely are having a bit of lag. There is a certain amount of early 2000s fuel injector lag to be expected. I'm in the wrong lane. Fuck. I might go around the roundabout twice, that's alright. I'll do that. I'll do that. We'll go behind this Willis Jeep, which is very, very cool, sir. He's even got himself a weapon on top of some kind. Very cool. Got like a Panzerfaust, like rocket launcher, anti-tank rocket launcher on the back as well. I'm not sure that was American, but I guess it's of the period, and I'm sure people of that time used whatever they could get their hands on. In fact, I think that's a German helmet on the back as well. But hey, he's fully committed to it. He's wearing himself a little old military duster, which is very cool. Might give him a thumbs up as I go past. As I will be going past. Very cool, sir. To put this bike back on the road, I did kind of a full service on it. So I did a lot of maintenance actually. I changed the alternator, which I think is where the oil is coming from, that little seal there. Changed the seals on it and everything. But I also changed the regulator rectifier, battery, so the whole electric system's had a bit of a refit. Still, when I press the brake, the lights turn on the dash. Don't know why. That's fine. That's from when I put a new ECU in it a while ago. That camera doesn't work. That's fine. And of course, I gave it an oil and coolant flush and changed all those over and everything. So it's had a little bit done. I should probably check the valves at some point and also give the fuel injectors a good proper carbon clean or something. But there we go. There we go. Let's see if we can't get ourselves onto some nicer roads. Why have I been gone so long? Partly due to the weather. There's not a lot to do in the winter. And partly because I've been working. I've been working a lot. I currently work on the average of about 60 hours a week, 60 to 70. And that's not healthy. It's really not healthy. I'm going to work on not working as much. The money is nice. It does feel like it all just goes on tax. But yeah, I've just been working because, if I'm honest, I'm burnt out. I didn't realise I was probably burnt out until about 3 or 4 months in of working 60 hours a week, and I kind of did some self-reflection and was like, I'm completely numb outside of work, completely emotionally numb, and it's fully work-related burnout, and my job is, I work in healthcare, and I work in a job where you're an independent practitioner, let's say that. Well, maybe not practitioner, you're effectively, the patient's health comes down to you. That was a shit place to break down, sir. I fully just forced my way through there, but fuck it. Yeah, I'm in a job role where I'm often the last person to see a patient, or I have to refer them on to something else. Their kind of care pathway is down to me, and that's really rewarding, but it can also be very stressful, because if something goes wrong, if you make a mistake, people do and will get hurt. So it is a lot about, it's not the hardest job in the world, but it is a lot about checking and rechecking your work, looking over your shoulder, making sure, have I done the right thing here? I thought that was my I was hearing the noise of the diggers and I thought that was my engine. I was like, oh my gosh, have I lost all my oil? So yeah, I do work in like a fairly stressful place, but there are huge amounts more stressful jobs out there, and by no means is like healthcare, they are prone to work-related burnout and compassion fatigue and things like that, but by no means is my job the most stressful or prone to it. Anyone can get work-related burnout. My editor could get work-related burnout. He probably couldn't, because I don't make enough videos, but in theory, yes, if I was out here every day recording. So I don't feel particularly special or anything like that I'm burnt out, but it has affected me massively, if I'm honest. It's led to like complete relationship breakdown in my relationships, isolation, kind of things like that. Just generally, like all I do at the moment is I go to work, I go to the gym, I eat and I sleep, and things like this. Getting out on the bike just for getting out on the bike is really going to help. It's part of my healing process. I put some things in place to kind of start my healing, because yeah, it's been a rough few months. By no means am I like depressed or anything like that. I'm still happy. I have like, I know when I'm going downhill mentally, because I start to lose my sense of humour, and I have still been full of jokes. I am more than happy. I'm just emotionally numb, to be honest. And the other big problem with that is, in work, I feel great. I don't feel emotionally numb. I feel completely emotionally switched on. I feel good. I don't feel tired. So if you feel good in work, why not just go to work? So I book more shifts, and it's a bit of a negative feedback cycle, to be honest, and I just kind of have injured myself in that way, just kind of keeping booking shifts, because frankly on my days off I had nothing to do. It was winter, didn't want to go outside really, it was gross. I'd lost interest in the things I'd normally do, like playing video games. Didn't really want to sit on a Discord chat or a Skype call or something like that with my mates, and wasn't interested. I just didn't care, which is sad when you isolate yourself like that, but it's not the end of the world. Like I said, I still felt fine in work, and I still do feel fine in work, but yeah, I kind of put myself in a position where I'm now kind of realising, oh, I'm burnt out. Ooh, that's nice. and I felt a bit trapped. I was like, what do I do about it? And I think work-related burnout and compassion fatigue and things like that, it's about noticing and recognising that you're going through it. And I probably recognised too late. Well, not too late, but later than I should have. And there are kind of like warning signs, especially different industries. If you work somewhere, there's like a list of things. If you work somewhere where your job is kind of got kind of very high expectations and standards, and maybe like not clearly laid out standards, you're not actually sure what you're meant to be doing, which is quite often the case for my work. I don't know particularly from day to day whether I'm going to be doing one thing or another in terms of how I'm going to care for people. I don't know whether they're all going to be sent off down one healthcare pathway or down another, and who decides that is purely down to me. So that again is like, gives a bit of uncertainty on what you're doing day to day, which can lead to work-related burnout. There's also like exceptional kind of like work-related pressure, which there certainly is at the moment within the whole of the NHS, which is teetering on the edge. And I'm not here about to throw my toys out the pram and start kicking and screaming, because frankly, what's the point throwing your toys out the pram when the pram is on fire and it's about to go off a cliff? Like that, I mean, you're kicking a dead dog. The NHS is, I love this barn, by the way. Every time I drive past it, it's beautiful. It's a very nice barn. Yeah, I'm not about to start kicking and screaming and saying, oh, my job's so rubbish. I love my job. And I should have probably prefaced this whole conversation with that, is I really enjoy my job. Yes, it's got its difficulties, but it's a very rewarding job, and I can't see myself doing something else at the moment, and I don't see myself doing anything else in the near future because I do enjoy it. So switching careers really isn't an option for fixing what's going on. But yeah, the list of like things that can lead to work-related burnout goes on. There's like feeling underappreciated in your job, which certainly a lot of people do. There's stuff like kind of no kind of reward for what you do, which if we're talking monetary value, my job isn't the highest paying in the world. It's certainly not the lowest, and I do okay, and I cannot complain. I really cannot complain. So I'm not about to start doing a oh poor me thing. Speaking of, that's why I'm making this video. It's not a poor me thing. This is me saying, if you do feel this way, there are things you can do about it. Reducing hours and reducing your workload probably isn't a practical solution for everyone. It certainly isn't for me. I'm not about to suddenly reduce my hours. I'm going to try and reduce them a little bit, because working 60 hours a week is a bit much. But I'll probably just go down to like 50, 40, which is what I'm contracted at, to be honest. I'm contracted at 40. That's what's in my work contract, but I choose to work a lot more. So working less will help, but again, it's not a practical solution for everyone. Not everyone can suddenly go, oh well, I can afford to work less. Definitely not in this cost of living crisis that we're in. Things, even from my last little video where I was riding my bike and chatting, things have gone up massively. Like, just food is expensive these days. There we go. There we go. Good on you, madam, out there riding. Well done. So yeah, reducing hours isn't a practical solution for everyone, but there's other stuff you can do. Just doing things to make yourself more mindful. Let's go into Winchester, fuck it. So I have been going to the gym every day. That's been like a saving grace for me, to be honest. Kind of just getting in there, working for about an hour on a body group of some kind, and then going and sitting in the sauna, in the steam room, the jacuzzi. Again, not everyone's fortunate enough to have something like that, but I am certainly grateful that I am able to do that. It helps a lot. And then, but you know, if you can't go to the gym, there's other stuff you can do. Just go in for a walk, doing some mindfulness meditations. If you're watching a YouTube video, you can watch a mindfulness meditation YouTube video, and to be honest, that's probably going to benefit you and be a more useful use of your time than watching this video. So I'd recommend just turn off this video and watch some mindfulness. Do a little meditation. It's going to help. What's everyone doing? Hello. Bus drivers are always, like coach drivers, are always dressed so nicely. What's going on? Okay. Let's go this way. Bishop's Waltham. There we go. So yeah, getting yourself out a little bit, doing some exercise, going for a walk in the sun is really going to help. Socialising more with friends really helps. I was cutting myself off from people, but I've kind of made it a mission of mine to socialise more, especially with people I work with just outside of work. It's really nice where I work at the moment. There's a big family feel. I don't really have family nearby where I live at the moment, so having people who I work with that feel like family is really big for me. It's really important. Yeah, and it's just nice to know that people have, you know, got your back and care about you. Hello, sir. So meeting up with friends, like for me, it means actually organising on my days off, organising social things with my work colleagues, so that I don't book overtime. Because otherwise I would. Otherwise I'd just book some overtime because I'm like, oh well, I've got nothing to do. I'll just work. And it's not healthy for me. And I feel like this video has maybe just been a big ramble. So I might just curb it there. But yeah, I think recognising the fact that you're burnt out is really important. Really, really important. And then there's a certain extent of faking it till you make it from getting better. Especially if you're suffering from compassion fatigue and things like that. If you're going to a patient who maybe has hurt themselves in some way and it's self-inflicted or something like that, and you can't connect with the fact that actually this person has done this because they're going through a really horrible time, oh my lord, that's it, creep, well done. If you can't connect with the fact that, yeah, they are actually in a very bad place and that has led to this, you know, they haven't just done this out of spite to get you out of having some time off, then it's not, you're not going to treat that person with the respect and dignity that they need. So trying to put yourself in people's shoes and saying, actually, everyone has their own story, and quite often the people that require a bit of assistance in their story have got a really horrible story. So just having, I kind of fancy going to a museum today. I don't really feel up to doing it by myself though. You ever get that? All my riding buddies are not around at the moment, which is a shame. That's the other thing I've been doing, is I've been doing blood pressures day and night at the moment, or morning and evening, because I'm going to get on top of my own physical health as well. I know I've been going to the gym every day, but that doesn't actually help my blood pressure really, because I'm just doing weights and machines and things like that. I'm not really doing much cardio, because that's for pussies. Yeah, but my blood pressure is quite high. Work-related stress maybe, but I've always been prone to quite high blood pressure, and I'm only 26, and ignoring it would be easy, to be fair, at my age especially, but I'm gonna go this way. But ignoring it probably isn't the best move at all. So I think what would be better is actually doing some due diligence and getting myself on a blood pressure clinic and getting something done about my blood pressure. Something is rattling on my tank. I probably haven't put something down properly and together the best I could. Oh, I want to go right. How do I go right? I am lost. Hampshire Constabulary. I am lost. Maybe I go up. Past the hospital? Maybe. Maybe. When I work here and work, I'm just following the sat nav, if I'm honest. And then is this a dead end? No, we're just going to follow this car. Let's follow this car. Oh, what is it this? Ah, it's my tank thing. I purposely didn't actually put that down too tight because that's very annoying. Because when I came to take it out after winter, it was like sealed on. No amount of fucking WD-40 and shit would get it off. But I mean, obviously an amount did, because I got it off, but it was more than I wanted, so I put it on loosely. But I mean, yeah, that we're gonna have to do something about that. That's annoying. There we go. Romsey. Maybe we'll go Romsey. Be nice. Little A road. Oh, this links up to the roundabouts down there, and then I can go leftish back onto the B roads, back down to Winchester. No, not Winchester, Eastleigh and Chandler's Ford, which is where I want to be. So I don't want to be on the motorway, it's boring. It would make me fall asleep. Ugh. The South Downs views. What if that said South Down My Pants views? Would that be funny? I'm sorry. Oh, that's fine. I guess fuck me then. Ha ha! There we go, now we're past that clip. I am sorry for probably going and being tangenty as always. I tell you what I need to do is I need to have some notes printed on my tank or something, little piece of paper, gaffer tape to my tank, so I can keep on track of what I'm trying to say. Like speaker's notes, because when I'm actually giving a presentation I can do it quite well. But obviously I'm pretty trash at it when when I'm trying to ride at the same time. Ooh. That is fine, Mini Cooper. I also do not mind you pulling out on me. For if we just relax and are calm, then maybe we will not have the accident and also maybe not have the road rage. Because neither of those things are very good or sustainable. Oh, this Mini like be properly avoiding those bumps. Oh, look at that. All of the... That's like the... Ooh. Smells like a farm. That's nice. Manure. Smells like manure. What I will say is this fuel injector like lag that I've been getting can make it a little tricky in the corners, as it kind of, it's quite difficult to get power down in the corners, like predictable power when you want it, which isn't ideal, which is not ideal. But it's my first video back, so I'm going to be saying a lot. You like the word spittle? I like the word spittle. What do you think of the word spittle? Spittling. Well, this ride has been quite spittling. It's a green light, so I'm going to go. In my own time, car behind me. You just wait your turn, okay? That was childish. What you got a rev for, Hugh? It's childish. Car behind me has realised I'm going in my own time and has backed off a little bit. So I'm not the fastest goose in the hen shed. I don't know what I'm saying. Completely lost it. I would like a smaller bike, if I'm honest, a less powerful bike, because using a quarter throttle and then just smashing up the gears at a quarter throttle each time is just I'd like to be able to use a bit more of the bike, and then trying to keep it in a lower gear doing that makes it it just doesn't work. If you try and open it up fully on a lower gear, you either lose the front end because it does a wheelie, or you're going really, really, really fast, to the, you know, fast enough that unless you're on a really straight road, it's just not viable. Maybe this bike is just, I'm not skilled enough to ride this bike, which is very true. I mean, I've had this bike for 4 years now, 5 years, 4 years. I want to say 4 years, maybe 4 years, 3 years, 3 years. This is my 4th year riding this bike, I want to say that. And even now, I'm not skilled enough to ride it. I'm just not. I don't think I will ever be able to put this bike in its proper reins where it should be. I might go to the Itchen Valley Country Park. I think I'm going to do that. Stop there and have a toke on my e-cigarette, on my vape, and check my messages on my mobile phone, which is still in my pocket. As I have isolated myself from the world long enough on this ride, which I think is another reason riding is just so good for you. You just isolate yourself. Just good. You let the bus go, but I'm not going to let you go. I apologise. I'm just not that kind of guy. I used to be very much that kind of guy. And I think I started like driving a larger vehicle in work and, you know, in other places and things like that. And I was just like, oh, it's effort, isn't it? To suddenly stop and let someone go. It's a lot of work. Unless it's really convenient for me, I'm not going to. Which is awful. I've become far more of a selfish driver. A defensive driver, if you will. Yep, that's silly. When you're hitting 90 in second gear and it's like halfway up the rev range, it's, you know, it's just not, it's not practical. But we have learnt our lesson from our previous crashes. We're not going to be a dumbass and ride beyond our ability. We're going to look at the road and see what it tells us. Water on the road, and also chevrons marking a sharper turn. It wasn't very sharp, was it? But sharper, I guess. I do not want to go to Bridgepage Park, I want to go to the Itchen Valley one. Because I know that park. And I know it well! I don't know why I nodded at that person. He was going some on his little 996. Good for him. I think it was a 996, I'll have to rewatch the video. Oh no! I've gone this way that takes us this way! This way sucks. Sucks big poo. Go sir, go. Way sucks. Big smelly poo and also farts and shit. Oh no, why are we stopping? Oh no. See, everyone else stopped up there. You're in a Honda Jazz, I'll let you off. The sexiest car ever made. Oh, Honda Jazz. Thank you, sir. Left here for Chandler's Ford. No, this actually left here for Eastleigh. Your next stop is Eastleigh. Bruh. My next stop be my fucking grave if I'm not careful on this bike. Ooh, kidokey, sir. This bike's kind of powerful. Oh man, I've completely lost. I've gone mad. I've completely lost it. I've gone insane. I've gone completely insane. I like cocking my arse. Okay.